It's your girl, Stacy Bullock, your host for Tools for Everyday Living. We're here every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on E360 TV. Look, y'all know it. It is a fantabulous Friday. Another Free Your Mind Friday. I know it might have been a long week, but it's okay because you're here now. You stayed on the journey and you made it to this day. And I would hope that you were not wishing for this day to come on Monday. That just kind of gives me a little something to talk about here, real quick. Do not say, I wish it was Friday on Sunday night. We have a tendency to kind of wish our lives away. Let's go through this thing called life. It's a process, y'all. We have to be willing and accepting of every great day that comes our way. If I wake up in the morning, not if, when I wake up in the morning and I see that the sky might be a little gray, I say to myself, it is a beautiful gray day. Because guess what I found out? As an artist, I was searching around because I did this mural in my home and I was searching around to find out what colors will this combination make up. So I have purple, teal, and green. And guess what it makes up? Gray. But guess what? That's how I got to make the mural on my wall. The piece, the name of it is A Beautiful Gray Day because there's splashes of color all over the place, but there's gray meshed within it. And sometimes life can bring us to some gray areas. Life can make us feel like we want to be down and gloomy, but you got the ability to change that if we choose to take this journey and say, you know what? I know that I have to travel from one place to the next and not just place physically, place in my mind, in my mindset. What state of mind do we want to find ourselves in? And I don't know about you, but I always want to find myself in a good mindset. There's a tools for everyday living. But look, y'all, we got a great guest coming on here today that's going to talk to us about how he is able to navigate through life's journey, through the ups and downs, the obstacles, with sometimes with balance and family and marriage and entrepreneurship and incorporating others. We have a great guest. He's a mentor. Oh my gosh, I love people who want to strengthen others. But guess what? I just want to leave y'all with this little nugget before I go. Galatians chapter 6, verse 9 says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. We will reap a harvest if we do not give up, if we keep going. I know somebody might be out there saying, well, you know, I'm not really feeling like I'm doing much good. Matter of fact, I'm not feeling much of anything. I'm so glad that you're here today because today we know that something will be said that will give you an ignition. That's not a word, I know. That will ignite you to want to desire to say, you know what, okay, I want to feel. I know I have to feel pain. I know I got to feel some things on this journey. I got to feel happy, glad, sad, mad, but I'm still feeling. And that lets you know that you're still alive. Yes. You know what, y'all? We get ready to bring on our guest. I met this gentleman some time ago at a poetry event in Los Angeles, California. And I'm telling you, you know what? I'm going to bring him on screen so you can see his face when I let him know how just his presence has impacted my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing to the studio right now Larry Love. Welcome.
Greetings, Queen. How are you today?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. And I know that I'm going to be doing even better once we hear more from you. But I just want to let you know that, with all the things that you do, the mentoring, you'll talk about these things more than I. You are a award-winning professional spoken word artist. Woo! I just felt the all the good come with that. That just kind of saying it just gave me life to feel like, ooh, there's things for that. Somebody might not know that there's awards for poetry. Yes, because they might be sitting back thinking, I write poetry. I like poetry, but I don't think I can go anywhere with it. But I know you're going to clear all of that up. So, ladies and gentlemen, meet Mr. Larry Love. And I just want you to jump right into telling us about the man, Larry Love.
Okay, I'd be glad to do that. Let's peek behind the curtain, little peek behind the curtain as to who I am. On a personal level, I am a devoted husband, first and foremost. I am a proud father of two beautiful young queens. I am a man who believes that there is a higher power, a power that is higher than myself and more powerful than me. And I am unapologetically Black, which means I have a passion for the Black culture and a desire, a strong desire to do what's right and to try to keep our people on a level playing field with everyone else. Um, I was raised as a man to be a man who stands on principle, a man that feels that integrity is not to be compromised. And yeah, that's something that is not negotiable. So those are the things on a personal level that make up the man Larry Love. Now, on a professional level, I am a professional spoken word artist. I am a poet, a writer, director, and producer. I mentor young men in the LA Unified School District, which is a passion of mine. Again, as you said, it's very important for us to give back and be that village that we so desperately need as a community. And I'm also the CEO of the Creative Love Network, which is my entertainment outreach company. So that in a nutshell.
You know, I don't even know if anybody heard what you said, but the word outreach always sticks out to me because that means you're going beyond yourself.
Absolutely.
If we just take our gift and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to keep this right here in my house. I'm not going to share with anyone. I'm not going to, allow anyone else to grow into who they are through this method. I applaud you. I wrote down over here, rare gem, rare gem. You are. I
Thank you.
mean, you're so welcome. There are not a lot of people out here who are willing to share how their life, how the impact of the things in your life now will help you take somebody else by the hand or arm or neck.
Absolutely
Know,
right.
if
Right.
you mentor young folk, you might have to sometimes say, look, young man, come over here to the side,
More
real
often than you know.
sternly real sternly to the side.
Absolutely. 90% of the time, I'd say.
Look, I know I raised a male child. Thank God he's still here at 33 and got it figured out now. Like I know who I am, but you're in a position where you're helping young men who, as you said, desperately need guidance. And
Yeah.
and I applaud you for that. I thank you for that. But you know what? Something really that stuck out to me too when I met you, and I don't even know if your wife was there that particular night
Mhm.
when we met. Um, but when I see you with your wife, I know she's your wife. I know she's your queen. A lot of men don't express Not that you walk around hugging her or doing anything out of the ordinary,
Right.
but you have this aura that says she's mine and I'm hers, and I got her back and she got mine.
Absolutely. You don't make it
And
28 years together without having that type of relationship. Absolutely.
28 years. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I know your daughters, they whoever decides to come in their life will have to definitely meet a very high standard, because I know I'm sure you have given them plenty of advice on dating and things to do and things not to do and how to conduct themselves as a queen. But they got a queen of the house that they can watch.
Absolutely.
And yes, and watching the both of you together lets them know how powerful it is with a black couple, a black
There you go.
power couple, I'll say.
There you
But
go.
you also are sharing yourself with others through the Creative Love Network. Tell us what inspired you to start that, and where are you at with it now?
Okay, so the Creative Love Network is a company and it is based poetry based. That's where I started from. And I have two different paths in life that I like to pursue. One is the entertainment route. So I enjoy getting on stage, performing, and tapping into others, filling up their cups. But the other side is the
Mhm.
outreach and helping others, teaching them about life mastery, different types of skills that they'll need to navigate through this crazy life that we live in. So I wanted to create a company that could merge those two passions. And that's what we
Mm.
do at the Creative Love Network. So there's two branches. There are our entertainment part, and then we have the other side that'll handle things like parenting, um, emotional intelligence, dealing with anger, all of those issues that a lot of our people deal with, a lot of people in general deal with. And so I wanted to really combine those two and make that a combination that our company stands on and seeks to promote. So that's where the concept came. And then by partnering with great people, of course, my wife is my right hand, but then I've also partnered with Andrea Lee, who I'm sure has been on your show recently. And yeah, together we form a three-person management team that is going to do some incredible things in the very near future. And I'm excited to see where the company is going.
Yes, you and me both. I'm excited to see it too, because you know, they like they say, there's some people who come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Right.
And I believe that it's evident that we're a lifetime, because I I'm no longer in California, but I wanted to reach back. I told the executive producer, I said, you must get Larry Love on the show. It
Oh,
is absolutely necessary for Larry to be on the show, because he is impactful. He has the ability to change people's lives for the better. And that's why I said, no, you have to get him on the show. Reach out to him. And just as you said it, that you want to fill up others' cups. No, a lot of people don't want to have that thought in their mind. They don't get up in the morning and say, well, how can I help somebody else today? How can I fill somebody else's cup today? Whether it be through entertainment or mentorship or guidance or teaching. Especially when them two words you put together, not a lot of people are interested in emotional intelligence.
right.
We need that like nobody's business. I know that, you might not have thought I might ask this question, but just break it down a little bit about emotional intelligence and why it's important in our community.
Okay. In a nutshell, what it is the ability to regulate and control your emotions and also recognize and be empathetic towards the emotions of others. It's a key part of life in general. If you can master that skill, you will do so much better than those who have it. Being able to control those emotions and think rationally, not act off of impulse or emotion. And I'm seeing it a lot in our young boys, which I really don't like to see. More emotional than they should be, and that's getting them into a lot of trouble. And as a mentor, I'm attempting to help correct that, train their mind to be more emotionally intelligent or raise that level. And yeah, it's a
Right.
big need in our community for sure.
Right. I 100% agree. Um, Managing your emotions is a strength. Some people might think, oh, I'm strong because I went off on so and so. I
Right.
gave them a piece of my mind. Well, don't give them too much. You find you give them too many pieces, you'll find yourself without any. And so, but if we are able to regulate and control how we respond to the journey while we're living, is, as you said, it is imperative that we know how to do this because life is not going to always go our way.
Right.
Just not going to. And we have to be able to handle it, to manage it, as you said, and manage the emotions, so to speak. We can't imagine manage them physically within someone else. However, we can manage how we see it, how we perceive what they have done or said. So
Correct.
that, oh my gosh, thank you for that. And I knew it. And time then flew by on me so fast. And okay, we gotta take a break. All right. I don't want to, but you all are gonna really enjoy this piece by the poet Larry Love. We're going to insert some of his work throughout this show. So I promise you, we will be back in less than 2 minutes.
She said, "Bae, do I look overweight in this dress?" I said, "No, and if you did, I would still be impressed. For your body's the foundation necessary for birth. You're the mother of man, you bring life to this earth." She said, "Bae, do these shoes make my feet look extra long?" I said, "No, and if they did, there would be nothing wrong. For your feet provide balance. It allows you to stand as you always have done in support of your man." She said, "Bae, do my ears make me look like I can fly?" I said, "No, and if they did, I'd follow you to the sky. For your ears provide hearing, and I need to be heard. When I tell you I love you, I mean every word." She said, "Bae, do my questions make me seem insecure?" I said, "No, and they shouldn't. You are lovely and pure. You're a natural beauty. It is you I adore. I will love you forever, and then love you some more." She said, "Bae, does my empty ring finger make me single?" I said, "No, it does not, and you are not free to mingle. In fact, let me fix that. I'm down on one knee, and the question I asked, will you marry me?" She said, "Yes," and she cried. I said, "You're blessed, so don't hide what God has created outside and inside. There's one thing for certain, I know to be true. You're perfectly imperfect, and for that, I love you."
Woo, I almost got so caught up in the music and the intensity of the words. And they didn't just make you, you didn't just hear about love. For me, I could feel the emotion of the love that you were talking about. Tell us how, the emotions and you putting together poetry and music and coming to the entertainment aspect and combining them all together. How do they impact the lives of people all at the same time?
It's a very delicate balance and it's not easy to do. But I look at life in general as sort of a form of entertainment. I mean, if you are authentic in what you're writing, what you're producing, you're going to find all aspects and all types of emotions within that art. Our lives in general are humorous, they're serious, they're sad. So that in itself allows me to capture real emotions and put that on stage or on the screen. And then I write to connect with my audience. That's my main goal. I'm very observant, so I can look at any everyday situation and find art in that. So it's a gift that I've been given to be able to put people in position as a character on stage or even writing through a poem and allow what comes out of them to connect with the audience. So it's a very delicate balance, but I do believe that art definitely comes from we are creative beings in our soul. We are creative beings. So whether you think so or not, just understand and believe that you have some sort of a poet in you. It's just how do you want to bring it out and how do you express it? I believe that we as poets are given a key that can unlock the doors to a person's heart and their mind. Once we get into that space, it's our responsibility to effectively utilize that space. So how do you want to do it? Do you want to bring darkness to that space or do you want to bring light to it? And we have to be accountable for what we do as poets, as artists, musicians, singers, all of that. A lot of people go the opposite way. I choose to be a source of enlightenment.
For sure. Amen. You definitely are a light in this world. There are not a lot of people who can, sound not necessarily aggressive, but because you're a man and you have a deep voice, it can come, some people can go, ooh, and the impact of it, but then when they sit and listen and allow it to just wash over them, they will receive this secret to unlock something that's inside of them that they don't even realize sometimes that's there. And I know that happens when you're mentoring young people, because I'm sure that most of them have no clue as to which direction they want to head in life, and you're impacting them and helping them to stay on a road that is going to lead them to success. And so I'm happy to know you because of that. And I'm sure that I believe I'm coming back to California for actually Andrea's book reveal, book signing, and she actually hog tied me into being one of the authors.
Oh, great. Look forward to that.
So I will be back there in June.
Right.
And I want to make sure that I get to hear some spoken word from you. I'm going to try to come, around maybe an event that you're having. I'm sure because you all are partners, you'll probably be at her event. And I just enjoyed listening to you with the way you're able to unlock and impact people at the same time. I think that right there is a awesome gift to have. And I just know that, so mentorship,
Okay.
just delve in a little bit deeper and give us the significance of why you believe it's important for you to be a mentor.
Okay. I'm mentoring in the LA Unified School District, which is the school district that I actually attended. So I'm able to connect with these children by saying, I actually went to this particular school that you're in right now. So that automatically breeds a connection with us. I walked the same streets that they've walked, so I understand them on a different level. Also, sadly, a lot of our households are not two-parent homes. So a lot of these children have no connection with their father, meaning there's no positive role model in their lives. We asked how many of you here that you're loved every day? And we may get 5% of the class that would say they hear that every day. How many of you are going to go home and see your father tonight? Maybe the same amount, 5% of the class. So that tells me there's a definite need for a positive male role model to be in these children's lives. So I like to step into that. I like to, of course, connect with them. I'm not coming from my pedestal or talking down to them. I'm talking to them on their level. I want to know what makes them tick, what bothers them, what do they think they can do better, or what do they think hinders what they attempt to do. Once you get into that and gain their trust, where they'll tell you anything. You'd be
Mm-hmm.
surprised at all
Mm-hmm.
the trauma that I hear about in some of our
Mm-hmm.
young men. And
Mm-hmm.
we have a big job, and I employ any man out there. If you know of a young boy that needs mentorship or you think needs someone to talk to, please reach out to that young man and, be his mentor, be someone that he can talk to. It's very important, and we need to really step up as men in our community for sure.
Y'all heard the cry, the clarion cry, the call for men to come forward and mentor our young kings,
Yeah,
because they're in a tough position.
very tough.
In a tough position. The world expects them to turn out one way, but we know that they have the ability to be some of the best at whatever it is that they want to do. The best
Absolutely.
scientists, the best surgeons, the best
Absolutely.
researchers, inventors, not just rappers and sports figures, even though they do that well too. And that's the thing about us. When you go in and you start unlocking things in people, I believe that they begin to realize, wait a minute, I'm more than who they said I was.
Yes.
Some may have even made a sports team. And then they realize, wait a minute, I can sing.
Right.
Wait a
Right.
minute,
Yeah.
I'm a genius at math. You
Right.
know, these things begin to be revealed to them. And I think that when you, I keep that word unlock, and it opens their minds and opens their hearts. You get to crack open that hard shell that some of them have put up
Right.
because they didn't know what love was. So thank you, Larry, for spreading love. And if know anybody who's listening to us, love is not Larry's last name. I want to say that it is your persona that you contribute to the earth. You show love on a continual basis, many different forms.
Right.
Give us a way that you have had to show love during your mentorship when it, it could have gone a different way. If that young person had not encountered you, but encountered somebody else, how do you think it would have went if they didn't receive love?
Yeah, that happens more often than not. I mean, we're constantly in the principal's office doing mediation. One time we were there with the sheriff's office. I mean, sheriffs out in the hallway waiting to come into that room and take those young men off. So by talking to
Mhm.
them, getting them to work out their differences, showing them that, again, that word, emotional intelligence, that snap decision
Mhm.
that you make could affect you for the rest of your life. And
Mhm.
having them
Mhm.
understand that we as Black men are here to help them because we love them. Whereas those
Yes.
spirits don't want to hear anything. They're coming in with handcuffs ready to take you off. So we've had
Right.
to de-escalate a lot of situations and try to get the young men to understand that, they don't want to do something now that they're going to regret for the rest of their lives. Um,
Right.
Another instance, I did a poem, an anti-tobacco poem, and won a
Mm.
contest, an international contest. I won that contest. We did a video, and it's been circulating on social media. But I was approached by a young person who said that I changed their life. That poem made them stop smoking. So those are the type of things that I write for and that I live for, to hear that and have this person really be grateful for what they heard expressed through that poem. So those are just a couple of examples where I think what we do as mentors and as artists taps into people's desire to be better.
Wow. That's exciting. Not that this conversation is not exciting, but to know that you wrote something that changed somebody's life, it's like, woo. So I know I'm gonna throw in a curveball here. You don't have to do it right now. If you could do two pieces, the one you just talked about, because I believe there's somebody out there listening right now that wants to stop smoking but can't. And
Okay.
hopefully you can unlock their will to stop. and then we already talked about the other poem, but um, we're going to go to a break.
Okay.
I think and mom was like, "Oh, do I want to? I don't really want to. I want to hear a poem. I want to hear a poem." But as soon as we come back, if you could just do a piece for us, that would be awesome.
I'll be glad
And
to.
I promise you, we'll be back in a flash.
Okay.
On this journey we call life the road can sometimes seem long, winding, up and down hills. But if we just keep going step by step, you will get there. Some days will have mountains in view, but remember you are equipped for the climb. When the roads just smooth out and seems to be going really fast, hold on and take the ride. The smooth ride will prepare you for the life maze, where you feel like a little ball just making your way through. Take this opportunity to learn how to walk through and break down walls. Walls of insecurity and fear. Nothing can stop you unless you just quit. Never give up. Next, it may seem too hard to get to the road, you just can't land where you want. Eventually, your feet will hit solid ground. Do not worry if you feel alone or nervous because of the crowd around. Either way, you got this. You have your equipment ready and you will reach your destination. Until we get to the final place, keep your head up and your hands raised, celebrate every step. Keep moving on this journey called life.
Staying committed during life's challenges has requirements. First, we must make sound choices for our good. It is necessary to stay focused. The key is to have a target or well-defined focal point. What is the point of success we want to reach? We must decide to be dedicated to the best of who we are. Commitment will keep your feet moving. As long as there is movement, there is change. Make dedication, devotion, allegiance, loyalty, and faithfulness a promise to yourself. Keep you at the center and maintain balance by having a determined concentration. Producing mental strength which increases our power to succeed. Nothing worth having comes easy. Stay the course. If you want to learn more about being committed to you, email info@powerandresilience.com and send a request for more information. Always be awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Poet Larry Love.
Recovery's not easy. Leave that cigarette in the pack. COPD, diabetes, emphysema, heart attack. Calculate adjusted lifespan, level down the more you smoke. Chop 10 years off your existence. Live in fear of deadly strokes. I'm no expert on tobacco, but I know more than I like, because I watched my mother suffer. I was by her bed each night. Breathing treatment, breathing tank, oxygen machine at home, plastic tube inside her nose. Her lung capacity was gone. Oximeter for her finger. This device, I knew it well, used to monitor and measure oxygen in red blood cells. Mama, focus on your breathing. Don't be nervous. I'll be near. Hold my hand. I'll never leave you. Doctor, hurry up in here. Something's heavy on her chest plate, putting pressure on her rib cage. Her lungs are locked in battle. She's barely breathing. I'm yelling, death, wait. But it was too late. I watched her health deteriorate. The industry of tobacco continues to escalate the black mortality rate. She hadn't smoked in over a decade, but the damage was already done. The cigarette cartel succeeded in making me a motherless son. And sadly, tobacco's attack isn't yet done. Smoke hurt my mother's lungs, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. She passed in 21, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Her passing left me numb, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Hands up, don't shoot, they say from the north to the south. An hour later, your hands go up, putting that cigarette inside your mouth. The secondhand smoke floats through your dwelling's ventilation, exposing others to diseases caused by passive inhalation. Ignorance is no excuse, but being targeted is a thing. Big tobacco's locked and loaded, replacing bullets with nicotine. Our community's in the crosshair, direct line of fire. And since we know that Black Lives Matter, drop those matches in that lighter. While we fight for social justice, reparations, and equal income, The industry of tobacco attacks our respiratory system. Pay attention to what they're doing. Their devious tactics should alarm us. Buying billboards and bus benches promoting products that will harm us. Church, liquor store, motel. Church, liquor store, motel. I pray that the cigarettes you bought from the store don't leave you choking in a cheap motel. Smoke hurt my people's lungs, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. We're dying one by one, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. These passings leave me numb, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Thank you.
Woo! Ah, that was more than touching. It almost felt like it could go down and carve out some stuff and remove things out of the way so that people can make wise decisions.
Yes.
So that they can come to a serious conclusion of, I should stop. That's simple. I should just stop, and pray that, any damage will be healed. Yeah, sorry to hear about your mom too.
Yes.
I heard you say something earlier when you were talking about being in the principal's office and things like that. What I heard you say was love is an action.
Yes.
Is that we have to get up and do something. And you're doing a lot of somethings. Your stage plays have, I've seen one in person, but for the outpouring of the people who showed up told me that he's been doing this for a while. You know how sometimes some stars will just show up, or you think they just show up? No. People like you have been grinding for some time to get their gift known, and I know that your gift is making room for you without a doubt. I feel like that will it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
But I believe you have a stage play that's playing right now, or coming up. But I know that you've had several. So just tell us about them and what you want people to leave and walk away with.
Okay. Typically, the stage plays that I do write and produce and direct, they're based on the dynamics of love and relationships. And I like to touch in that area. It's one thing to tell people or to talk about things regarding relationships. And I get the question all the time from young people and adults. How do you and your wife manage to keep this thing going? It happens more often than not when we're at dinner with the group. We end up being what the conversation is about. Tell my guy how he should conduct himself to keep us together like you and your wife has done. So by doing the plays, it allows me to put that out in front of a mass of people. It also allows me to tap into different characters. So I can write man, woman, I can write from different perspectives and show that on stage, and then wheel the audience in by giving them an opportunity to be a part of the process. As you've seen it at one of my shows, at the end, I have the audience decide whether or not a couple should stay together or should they part ways. And that's based on them paying attention to the dynamics of the relationship as it was put on stage, and then being invested in it to the point where your decision will determine the outcome of this whole play. So that's sort of the little trick that I use to keep people captivated and invested. Later on, they can recall that play and say, okay, I remember Larry's play when this situation came about and how he or his characters handled it and how the audience thought they should have handled it. So they have all this wealth of information to apply to their own lives. And being that it is involving love and relationships, my material is endless. I mean, there's so many different directions I can go with that. So I won't stop writing anytime soon because, like I said, love and relationships are not going anywhere, good or bad.
Exactly. You're so right about that. And it's a good thing the relationships aren't going anywhere. Give me hope. Uh, oh gosh. But I just wanted you to tell us a little bit more too about so it was Finding Love 70s style. Am I right? Was that the
It's the
title?
last one actually searching for love, 70 styles, but yes.
Searching for Love,
Right.
70s style.
Right.
How did you come up? What made you think about it from an era standpoint?
I am a 70s child. That I should have lived. I should have been an adult during the 70s and not a little kid because I simply just, I mean, I really admire that point in time. I mean, the black
Mhm.
love was rampant. The culture was booming. Natural hair, natural bodies. It was just a beautiful time to me. The music was impactful. It was militant and conscious at the same time. It was dripped in love. I mean, I just love and adore that period. So I wanted to capture my childhood and what I saw my heroes as a young child, and putting that on stage in terms of love, showing what they dealt with then, which is not unlike what we deal with now. I mean, it's evolved, but love is love, and the same dynamics occur no matter what period of time it's in. But to go back and be able to apply the 70s music to that show, we really had a blast, and so did the audience. They came dressed in their wigs and 70s
Yes,
attire. It was a
yes.
really enjoyable show to produce.
It was. I mean, I thought that I was in the 70s. I'm telling you, when the scene started unfolding and to see the people in the audience who, took the time to show you love and
Right,
participate in wearing the 70s
right.
attire, that
Yeah,
speaks volumes about who you are. And and what you mean to people, that because sometimes people say, oh, I'm not dressing up, I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that,
right,
but they people put forth an effort to say, hey, I want to participate, not just in watching or excuse me, or spending my money. Ooh, 1 second. That's what happens when you laugh. Ooh, I'm talking
right.
too
Okay,
much.
okay.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
We're going to shut this down right now. We're not having this. So I'm going to let you talk. And relationships, how did you feel like you grew to a place where relationships were important to you?
In that regard, I don't. It's not a case of growing into that place. They've always been important to me, regardless of what type of relationship, whether they be romantic, platonic, um, based in the family. Of course, that father-daughter relationship, father-son, all of those are very important, and the dynamics of how we deal with and treat one another. That's the core foundation of our community. So yes, relationships are extremely important.
Wow. Yeah, that gave me a little epiphany. Like, yeah, they're way more important than I think that we actually show or put
Absolutely.
the effort into making sure that it stays strong.
Right. Right.
All right, time is winding up, I'm going to say, but we're going to take another small break.
Okay.
But when we come back, because I don't know, tell us after the poem about the Pan African Fest that you were involved in over last weekend. But that's after the poem. So we're gonna take a commercial. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hear some more from the poet Larry Love. We're gonna be entertained and impacted. And I don't know about y'all, but every time I hear you, Larry, my life changes. I get like, oh, like
Oh,
ding,
wow,
ding.
the honor.
Thank you so much. But we'll be right back.
Black excellence. Celebrate the achievements in the Black community. The core of the achievements is a mindset backed by action that displays strength and perseverance that will enhance the Black community. Black excellence is not a phrase that just became embedded in our collective consciousness, but its origins are deeply rooted in the civil rights movement. This is the evidence of the triumphant champions who came long before us. Black excellence is the standard.
Transformation to man from the prodigy son. Elevation at hand. Haters, we have to have some. Him talk too black, the bourgeois people mumble. Him walk too black, gorilla stomp in the jungle. I wonder what the wicked really want when they police me. Do they see me as a king or Rodney King kick, stomp, and beat me? Completely incognito, move in silence, dance discreetly. A glorious day soon come, God will appear in his dashiki. Peace seekers tell me pray, but we the lions who keep roaring. Goliath in our way, we fear no giants, we destroy them. Tired of praying for our freedom. No offense to any reverend, but the day I die on earth, the revolution gonna start in heaven. How do I know I'll go to heaven? Elohim, he wrote the sequel. I gotta be part of the chosen, the way the demons come at my people. Attack after attack, attack after attack. Thought I was grounded till these angel wings just grew up out my back. I flap my feathers till I fly way up high where the falcons be. I dream to be Dr. King without being killed upon that balcony. I flex to be the next X without my skin folk trying to malcolm me. I am my brother's keeper. That's why the Reaper keeps coming after me. And what do I hope to see when I reach the pearly gates? George Floyd doing well and he's breathing really great. Sandra Bland in her car, she's just cruising right along. Trayvon Martin eating Skittles and he safely makes it home. Tamir Rice in that park and he's playing like the rest. Breonna Taylor in her bed without the bullets in her flesh. God bless the melanated, highly favored and celebrated. And if we want a better day, Black love will create it. If we want a better day, Black love will create it. Turn jail into Yale, prison into Princeton. Leave that fried food alone so you don't die of hypertension. Turn the streets into Spelman, the hood into Howard. Kings are ready to fight. These queens ain't raising any cowards. All power to the people who were taken from the motherland. Consider yourself woke, then do the work and wake another man. I love you, my brother man. I trust you, my brother man. No matter what we go through, I'm going to hug you, my brother man. I love you, my sister queen. I trust you, my sister queen. No matter what they say, I'm going to hug you, my sister queen. Our dreams are intertwined. You plus me equals divine. Take your seat upon that throne. I'll shine your crown if you don't mind. I'll hold you down if you don't mind. I'll stay around if you don't mind. Teach you to swim. Won't let you drown. Erase your frown if you don't mind. God bless the melanated, highly favored and educated. And if we want a better day, Black love will create it. I say.
I say, yes. Woo! Let me tell y'all, if that did not add some arsenal to your tool belt of who you are on a daily basis, just rewind and watch it again. Yes, just rewind and watch it again. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Go to Poet Larry Love's YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and you can see the material that he has laid out there for us. And we are so happy about the Creative Love Network LLC. Tell us what you all have coming up because who knows, somebody might want to fly not just across the country, some because people are flying from different countries to come to church. Why can't we fly from different countries to come have an experience of the Creative Love Network. So tell us what y'all got going on.
Oh, we have so much going on. I'm extremely excited. Again, my partner, Andrea Lee, along with my wife and I, have sat down and planned out a schedule of incredible events that we have coming up. The next one being the Kings and Queens of Poetry. That'll take place on March 17th, beautiful city of Gardena. 6 queens and 6 kings of poetry will grace our majestic stage and prove why they deserve to sit on our thrones. And it's going to be a fantastic show. So if you are in the area, or even if you're not, get on that plane and get out here, because we definitely will put on an elegant show. Outside of that, we have several books that will be released. We have artists that we are signing. We have deals that we are making to provide services to the community, again, like anger management, emotional intelligence, parenting, interview help, mentorship, cooking classes, children's books. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And this new partnership is going to be something very, very special. And we're seeing that as we have people that are just anxious and anticipating what we're going to do next. So please stay tuned to the Creative Love Network and look in on us and see what we have going on.
Yes, check them out, you all. The initiatives are just wonderful. I love how you have incorporated helping the community as well as entertaining them, but not just for entertainment. Let me say that again. Not just for entertainment. It is for the purpose of changing your life. It is for the purpose of giving you a goal to reach for. It is for the purpose of allowing you to feel loved. It is for the purpose of allowing you to grow and develop. I don't know, I've grown just sitting here listening to some of the things that you're, telling us about love and about relationships and the things that you've had to do to mentor, the actions that you've shown in working with others. Telling you, rare gem, like I wrote down earlier in the program, rare gem. How do you envision the future of your company, the entertainment tools, and how would you like to see them change um, people's lives? What do you want to see?
Okay, there's a lot on the plate. First and foremost, we'll look internally. Definitely, we want our artists to understand their value, their self-worth. Often you'll see poets on bills or on shows where the comedian is getting paid, the musician, the singer, everyone's getting paid, but that spoken word artist is doing it for the love of the craft, of the culture. That is going to have to change, and we're taking steps to do that because we are just as valuable, just as effective in touching people emotionally as any other artist. So why should we not get the same sort of treatment? So we start by walking what we talk, and we make sure that everyone that works with us walks out of there with a check. So, we're not going to tell you to demand something from someone else that we won't give you. That's very important because we are valuable. Poets are the voices of the world, and we've been that way for history. So know the history of poetry, understand your value, and settle for nothing less. So we'll start by sending our artists through boot camps, training, teaching them the business side of poetry. Because if there's a message that needs to be delivered, who better to deliver it than a poet? So for corporations that want to get things out, for example, that anti-tobacco commercial, corporations have the money to get that message out, but they don't know how to speak to the people the way a poet can. So let me be that conduit to deliver that message to you. So we can train our poets, teach them how to elevate in this culture. And that's one of the first steps that we'll be doing. And that'll impact our artists' lives. And it'll stretch out from there as we touch the lives of those in the community.
Yes. So tell the people how, somebody might be sitting out here thinking, oh, I want to be a part of that. I want to, I'm an artist and I need guidance. How can they find you? How can they reach you?
We're on social media platforms, definitely under Creative Love Network. That's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So you can reach out. They have your platform. You know exactly how to get in touch with us. So you can definitely go through my queen's sister, Stacy. She can get you in contact with us. And we'll be putting on a lot of workshops and things like that about the business of poetry, and also teaching some of the fundamentals as well. So yeah, we'll be available for sure.
Okay. Do you have in person and virtual? Have
We're
you thought
working
about that?
on, yeah, right now it's set up to be in person, but we're also setting up virtual classes as well. So we'll be able to connect with you no matter where you are. So that's coming real
Okay.
soon. We're working on an audio book, workbook as well. So a lot of things are coming down the pike. So again, tap in Creative Love Network. I am Poet Larry Love on Instagram. You can tap in with me as well. Yeah, get with us, and we'll definitely be glad to have a discovery call, tell you what we can do for you, and just give you advice that we've learned through going through the trenches.
Yes, because if nothing else, the pandemic showed us that we don't have to be in the same room.
Right.
So if you're over in a different country, but you know that you're an artist, or you have this feeling, a urge that I want to do this with my life, reach out.
Reach
Reach
out.
out to Poet Larry Love and let them take you through the process. Let them help you navigate through this journey, because this journey is real, but we have to be real in it. We
Right.
can't try to be something that we're not.
Right.
We can't, if some people just not cut out for the 9 to 5.
That's it. That's right.
And I know that through the guidance and mentorship of the Creative Love Network, that Larry and his team will be happy to help you. And we'll be happy to see you next Friday again at 4 p.m. with another Free Your Mind fantastic show. We thank you. We are grateful for everybody who tunes in faithfully every Friday. And we'll see you next week at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on E360 TV. Larry, thank you so much for joining us and giving us this wealth of information.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you for having me.